Started from the bottom, all I had was a dream. Always been alone, never really had a team. Cause the loyalty is suspect, nothing's what it seems. As I'm counting all this money, thinking how to make it clean. Never been broke, see I always had a job. And before I learned to hustle, I was taught how to rob. Nice with the hands, but I'm iller with the shot. Battling depression cause it's lonely at the top. Drinking all this Henny just to try and ease the pain. Though I never had regrets, there's some things that I wouldn't do the same. I would never change for some change, and I never let the sneak distance take me out my game. I'm a grown man. Unless it's for my kids, I don't hold hands. Cause they hate it when you focused on your own plans. So I gamble with my money, I don't gamble with my life in the street. Cause you only get one bottle of that Henny and I mix it with some Red Bull. Got a couple pills that I'm popping for the pain.
What's going on? My name is Marcus Whitley, and yes, this is good behavior. Now, with this episode, I have a question that I want to ask all of you that are watching. And that is, where do you see yourself in the next 3, 5, or 10 years? What does your future look like to you? Do you have goals in life? Because honestly, if you want to be successful in life, then these are questions that you need to ask yourself. Like, you wouldn't drive a car blindfolded, would you? See, me, for most of my life, I did. And I crashed because of it. But then when I finally took that blindfold off, I was able to see and everything changed. Like, I haven't crashed since. I've been able to be successful in things that I do. And on top of that, enjoy the view, because a lot of people don't. Now, I wish it didn't cost me as much as it did. But truthfully, I don't know if I would have learned the lesson being taught if I didn't go through what I went through. I mean, it took 3 years before I even opened my eyes and realized that something needed to change. And even though I had 3 more left after that, I was able to make the best out of that time and out of those years, and put myself in a better position to be in a better place when I got out. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it all starts with having the right mindset. Now, that is one of the most important things, because if you don't have the right mindset, no matter how many times you do things, you're just going to keep going back to where you were. Because you can't expect things to change if you don't really want it to change. If you don't have that right mindset, then nothing else matters. See, like 6 months before you go home, they have a reentry program that they put you into, which helps you get your ID. It helps you get your paperwork put together. It helps line a job up for you if you need it, or help get you enrolled in school. Now, that helped me out as much as it could, but the fact that I lived all the way on the other side of the state, it was only able to do so much for me. But I appreciate the bit that they were able to help me do, but I had to have that right mindset in order to do everything that needed to be done for me. Otherwise, nobody else was. See, I had a vision and a plan. My mind was set on all the things that I wanted to accomplish. Now, my first goal when I got out was to enroll myself in school so I can become a certified personal trainer. Then with that, like, I had a family gym. And after being certified or becoming certified, I went over to the gym and I wanted to train clients. So I wanted to build up my name. I wanted to build up a brand for myself. I wanted to save money at the same time. And then down the line, I wanted to open up my own gym or take over that one day. See, that was my 5 to 10 year plan. I also had another goal to buy a house by the time I turned 40. Now, I came home at 31, so roughly I gave myself about 9 years to do it. But I did it in 5 because that moment that I found out I was going to be a father, I put my foot on the gas and I never let up. That right there was one of my biggest accomplishments. It took me 5 years after serving 6 to buy a house. But it's funny how life goes because things don't always go how you expect them to, but the most important thing is you got to learn how to adapt. Like, I got a house like I wanted. I became a certified trainer and worked at the gym for years, as well as having a music career and my regular job. But I feel like though I didn't become a full-time trainer or open up my own gym as planned, I still excelled in everything that I did. Like, I refused to go with only half energy into anything that I did. I made sure I gave it my all. So that way, when I look back on it, I don't have any regrets. Now, when I got out, I started at a grocery store. And I worked there for a little over 5 years. And started saving my money, building my credit. Also training people and making a little extra money to help support my music career, which was also still making money. I mean, nowhere like these people that you see out here now, but I made a little something, so I was happy with it. But even with that, like, I'm happy with the career that I had because I've got to work with a bunch of different celebrities and artists that I looked up to most of my life. I've got a chance to go on tour, to be in the studio and meet different celebrities. Like, I had a chance to do so many different things and have fun with it. So I loved it. And I have no regrets on it. But aside from that, about 5 years after being into the grocery store, I had an opportunity to work in an alternative school with kids that were like me when I was growing up. And at first I was hesitant about it, but then I took the opportunity and felt like I would really be able to help them. And then I noticed that while we were there, it seemed more like we were just babysitting them. We weren't actually teaching them anything other than what school does, the academics. But these kids needed more support than that. And I felt like I had to do something because going through what I've gone through, I had to be able to show them why they don't want to follow that path. And I felt like my skills weren't being utilized at the school. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, 'cause I'm still at the school, but I knew I had to do more. So now I don't have any degrees or anything like that, so I knew I couldn't be a teacher. And I'm not the best public speaker, so I knew being a motivational speaker, getting up in front of schools, trying to talk to everybody wasn't going to be a good thing because most of the time I'm all over the place when I talk. So I did what I was best at, and that's writing. So I sat down and wrote my first book, with no idea what I was doing or how I was going to publish it or what I was going to do. I just knew that this was something that I had to do to be able to help kids stay on the right track instead of following the same path and make the same mistakes that I did. And with that determination, I was able to get it done. I was able to publish it. And I've sold over 1,500 copies and counting. Like, that's one thing I do is I grind. And this was a self-published book. So, as you can see, my life changed. I had to adapt and make new goals with a new plan. Like my life turned in a different direction. But my goal to be is to be on the highest level of whatever path that I'm on. So I just, like I said, I had to keep grinding. You got to have commitment, dedication. You got to be motivated. You have to want it. And one of the biggest things that I try to promote is for people who have been in my situation, who have the odds stacked against them, that it's not over for you. You can still be successful. You have to want it. You got to sit down, you got to make a plan, and then go after it. Now, you may not be able to control where you're going or where you're going to end up at, but what you can control is what you do along that journey. Now, I hope this episode was able to show you the importance of goals and planning for your future. My name is Marcus Whitley, and this is Good Behavior. So until the next episode. For more episodes and info, you can find me on all social media at I Am Marcus Whitley, and find any of my books, Both Sides of the Street, Choices and Consequences, Greatness Under Pressure, and Battling Demons, all on Amazon. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.